Oh, by the way, I'm back at my parents' house right now. Could you prepare some steak for us? I'd prefer either filet mignon or a nice T-bone steak done rare. And of course with a side of mashed potatoes. What? No, that's so sudden. What's going on? Well, it's nothing special, right? I just thought it might be nice to visit my family after such a long time. Is there something else going on? Come on, why are you so suspicious? I'm not a bad person or anything. Looking at your past behavior, those words lack conviction. By the way, whatever happened to the Chanel bag I had at my parents' house? You took that, didn't you? What are you talking about? Did you even own a Chanel bag? That sounds so pretentious. It's probably the bag that ran away from you instead. Stop saying nonsense. That bag is really important to me and I want it back. It went missing right around the time you disappeared, and if I had left it behind, I would have noticed immediately. If I had lost it outside, I wouldn't have missed it, you know. Please stop falsely accusing me like that. If you keep saying things like this, my parents might get really angry, you know. It's amazing that you can still live with them after all that. I even talked to my in-laws about this, and this is the result. Oh, just stop being such a downer. I came here to celebrate with you guys. Celebrate? What for? Actually, I have some exciting news. I'm pregnant, so I'd like a little congratulatory gift. How about around $5,000? Pregnant? Congratulations, but wait a minute. If that's the case, shouldn't you avoid eating steak? Oh, that's not a problem at all. I don't have any morning sickness or anything. I feel great. That's not what I meant. You should really look into it more seriously. A child's life is at stake here. You have to think things through before you act. Is that something you can say? What? You once fell down the stairs and lost a child, didn't you? What are you even talking about when it comes to life? Is that something you can really throw at me? I didn't just fall on my own, you know. I can't stand how quickly you get worked up. Have you hit menopause already? Give me a break. I thought you were reaching out after such a long time, but you haven't changed at all. Of course not. This time I'm coming with my husband and I plan to receive congratulations from everyone before heading back. If you don't want me to stay too long, you better hand over that cash quickly. What is that supposed to mean? You really are selfish. I'll be there in about an hour, so see you soon. Can you please consider our plans too? Hey, where did you go? I've already started lining up at the register with all the things I'm buying. Can you hurry up and get here? Why don't you just check out by yourself? I can't believe you're waiting for us at Costco. But I told you, we're on our way. When we finally got to my parents' house, my mom and the others told us that you guys were heading to Costco after you finished your errands. You looked like you were in a rush to buy things for dinner, right? So I thought it would be a good idea to do some shopping too. I really don't understand how you come up with these ideas. I have my own schedule to keep, and I'm just following my plans. Well, coming to Costco to wait for you was a great decision. There are so many things I want, and it's overwhelming. Oh, I just finished at the register. My total was $1,500, so you can take care of the payment. What are you talking about? We're already driving home. Huh? What do you mean? I'm saying we can't wait for you anymore. We finished our shopping and we are heading back home now. You spent $1,500? That's quite a lot. I guess your husband must have a really good income, right? Sounds like you had a fun shopping experience. Wait a minute, don't joke around. Come back right now and settle the bill. There's no way I can come up with that kind of money on the spot. Huh? Do you really think we can just pay that amount right away? But you guys are a working couple, right? You should have the money. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't have any. I'm scraping by with my allowance. So what? That information doesn't matter to me. It's you who wants to do $1,500 worth of shopping, isn't it? If that's the case, why don't you use that little allowance of yours to buy what you want? Huh? The only thing you have going for you, you ugly old hag, is your money, right? You don't have any human rights because you can't pay. How can you live comfortably at my parents' house when you couldn't even bear a child? You're not even contributing anything. Living with them means you're saving on rent. Just consider it gratitude for me moving out. You're saying some pretty harsh things. You chose to be a stay-at-home mom. The people who work earn money because they're using their time, not to give money to those who don't work. Oh, come on. My husband is getting irritated. I told him you'd take care of the bill. If you say that, he might think it's strange, but your husband seems pretty reasonable. If he has any common sense, he wouldn't just fill the cart with $1,500 worth of stuff just because someone else is paying for it. That's why I was being held back, but I told him you were rich, so it was fine. Most of the stuff in the cart is what I want anyway. There's no way I can put everything back on the shelves now. If I just leave the cart here, my husband is going to explode. Please help me out. No one is going to just say, okay, I understand, when you say something so selfish. Wait, hold on. This is bad. What now? We're not coming to help you no matter what happens. It's already getting late and I need to cook, so I'd like to stop contacting you. Hey, are you even listening to me? This is the worst. I ran into my ex-boyfriend and it turned into a huge mess. What? I didn't get any response from you and it turned out to be that kind of situation? Well, it's all because you didn't come to pick me up quickly enough. My husband got really angry and we ended up having a big fight and drawing a lot of attention. Then out of nowhere, my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend noticed me and came at me swinging. Wait, what? She actually came at you? How did things escalate to that point? And seriously, why is your ex-boyfriend's girlfriend so mad at you all of a sudden? I have no idea. She must be one of those jealous types. Ugh, this is just the worst. I can't even do my shopping for $1,500 now. I can't go back to my husband and my parents like this, so I've decided to postpone my visit until tomorrow. Oh, is that so? Well, if that works out somehow. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to figure things out from here. It's just so frustrating, you know? I thought I could handle the day smoothly, but now everything's a disaster. I was looking forward to spending some time with my family and getting my shopping done without any issues. Now with all this drama, I just feel drained. I mean, who would have thought that running into an ex could cause such chaos? I really didn't want to deal with any of this. I just wanted to have a nice day out. But here I am, stuck in this mess and feeling completely defeated. I'll have to come up with a plan to manage things tomorrow, but right now I just need to vent. It's hard to believe how quickly everything spiraled out of control. I just hope I can sort this out before it gets any worse.
I'm gonna talk to them now.
Okay, I understand, but please stay calm. You absolutely mustn't lose your temper or strike anyone.
I know. I really think I can handle it this time. I have to speak with her parents too, and they seem really upset, so I'll do my best to keep my composure.
Yeah, they must be really furious. It's tough. Yesterday, when she said she couldn't come home, I wondered where she was staying. I never imagined she'd been taken to her in-laws' place.
Honestly, she brought this on herself. Her past actions were reckless. She needs to face the consequences of her own choices.
True, but still, it's shocking. She made a move on her fiancé, and now the fiancé's family is involved. It's like a train wreck you can't look away from.
Right? She thought she could run away from her problems. She escaped her hometown only to collide with the reality of her actions, and now she's facing the wrath of everyone involved.
It's sad, really. No one deserves to be treated like that. But the fact that she had an affair is inexcusable.
Exactly, and now her parents are involved too. They must be devastated. I just can't believe she could stoop so low.
I know it's frustrating, but you need to focus on your conversation with them. Remember what you're there for.
You're right, I need to remain focused. But what she did to you, I can't let that slide.
I appreciate that, but we have to approach this rationally. She claims it was just an accident, and I honestly don't know if it was intentional.
Accident or not, the consequences were severe. You were pregnant and she collided with you, causing you to fall down the stairs. You really think she understands the weight of her actions?
She insists it was an accident. I can't accuse her without proof. It's not fair to jump to conclusions.
But she should feel guilty. Any normal person would feel terrible. She acts as if it's just another day for her without any remorse.
I know, trust me, I am just as shocked. But remember, I'm going as a representative of my parents. I need to handle this calmly and maturely.
Yeah, I get it. I'll be careful. I'm going in there, and I won't let my anger take control.
Good. Just remember why you're there. Go take care of this.
I will. Thanks for keeping me grounded. I'll talk to you later.
Good luck. I'll be here waiting. Isabel, please, I need you to lend me some money. I can't go on living like this. I heard about it, Megan. Seems you've done something truly despicable. I can't believe you still had a relationship with your ex-boyfriend. That's just unacceptable. While your husband is away on business, you invite him over for secret meetings? How could you possibly deceive so many people at once? Honestly, I almost respect you for that. You heard everything from my brother, didn't you? Then you know how dire my situation is. I never thought it would come to this. I really believed that I would just get yelled at for old time's sake. But then they hired a detective and they figured out my current situation too. Today they managed to catch us in the act following our trail. Your ex's girlfriend, or should I say wife, must have been furious, right? The situation is messy and it's evident that you intended to involve everyone in this disaster. Now no one can hide your true nature. But it was thrilling. We had such great chemistry, something I don't have with my husband. It was just a physical relationship, and we both knew that. We were enjoying each other's bodies without any strings attached. You might call it thrilling, but once you're married, it's not just about you anymore. There's a family involved, and their lives are intertwined with yours. Just look at your parents, your brother, and your husband's family. They all took time out of their busy lives because of your actions. I don't want to hear your lectures. Just lend me the money. I promise I'll pay you back someday. I'm facing a massive compensation claim from his wife. My husband might divorce me. I won't be able to survive like this. Well, that's what you get. You should struggle through this. You had everyone around you being nice and helping you escape from problems until now, and this is how you ended up. It's hard to feel sympathy for you when all those you've harmed are suffering because of your selfish actions. So you're siding with my ex's wife? You're treating me like I'm some evil woman who's publicly shamed you. You're the one who continued to act wickedly. And here you are trying to cover your lies with more lies. Your parents and your husband's family had to gather for a meeting because of you. Sure, your dad was too overwhelmed to come, so your brother stepped in. I bet he just wanted to confirm the truth. He thought it was deliberate when I got pushed down the stairs. He's been attacking me about it, and I don't know why. That's not the point. The suspicion about the baby being your ex's child came about because of your careless words. You simply said, if you don't want it, just get rid of it without a second thought. Sure, maybe that was the flow of the conversation. Your brother was devastated by how lightly you took a life. He also knows that you pushed me down the stairs intentionally to harass me. Everyone around you has sensed something is off. We can't accuse you without proof, but it doesn't change how frustrated we all feel. I'm telling you, that was an accident. Besides, it's all in the past, so don't bring it up again. Even if it was an accident, you were involved in the loss of that child's life. You can't deny that. If you hadn't pushed me, perhaps that child could have been born healthy. I wish it didn't matter, but I wanted you to understand the weight of that responsibility. This is why your brother can't hide his anger anymore. I get it already. I'm sorry. I apologize for what happened back then. And regarding this baby, if a DNA test proves it's not my husband's child, what if it isn't? The child isn't responsible for your actions. But if my husband divorces me, I won't be able to raise this child. I can't earn enough money to support a child. Then the child will have to be raised by your husband. If it turns out to be his child, he's willing to take custody and raise the child without you. But what if it's not? Then you need to take responsibility and figure out what to do. You're an adult. Stop relying on others to bail you out. But I've never worked a day in my life. Exactly. You've looked down on others for too long. You told me once that my only redeeming quality was being able to earn money because I'm an ugly old woman. So what about you? What do you have? What? Everyone ages. Everyone becomes old. You won't stay young forever, and honestly, you're not that young anymore either. You've belittled working women for being housewives, but if your husband leaves you, what will you have left? Just another divorced woman with nothing to show for it? Do you have any skills or experience? What do you bring to the table? Don't say that! What am I supposed to do then? You're not helping! I don't have any obligation to help you after how you've lived your life. In fact, I resent you for taking that Chanel bag my mother bought me as a wedding gift. I already sold it. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was a gift. Even if it wasn't a wedding gift, that's irrelevant. I have plenty of reasons not to forgive you. You can't expect to get a pass just because I'm not shouting. I get it, but I don't have anyone else to turn to. Please, just help me this one time. I want you to know that I am pleased everything you hid has come to light. I hope everyone sees your true colors. A self-centered, worthless woman like you deserves to fall into hell. You're all heartless. You have no idea what it's like. I'm doing everything I can to protect this child, and all you do is judge me. You call that protection? Your actions show you couldn't care less about anyone but yourself. You don't deserve any sympathy or assistance. Megan was in a hurry, frantically making her way to her in-laws' home. The urgency in her steps spoke volumes about the turmoil she was feeling inside. It seemed that in her desperation, she resorted to an act of humility by performing a deep bow on the roadside, which is a traditional gesture of apology in Japanese culture. This act symbolizes not just an apology, but a deep-seated remorse for her past actions. However, despite her dramatic display of contrition, none of us, not my husband, nor my in-laws, nor I, could find it in our hearts to respond to her. We had all collectively chosen to shut ourselves off from her, building a barrier that was difficult to breach. In that moment, as she knelt on the ground, her face flushed with embarrassment and regret, we all pretended she was invisible. It was as if she had become a ghost of her former self, pleading for forgiveness while receiving none in return. Each one of us felt the sting of her previous actions, and our silence was a powerful statement of our disapproval and hurt. Time seemed to slow down as we stood there, grappling with our own feelings of betrayal and disappointment. Meanwhile, Megan continued her futile attempts to contact with us, to reach out, to mend the bonds that had been broken. As she knelt there, the atmosphere was heavy with unspoken words and unresolved feelings. It felt like an eternity, and after a while, it became clear that she was growing increasingly despondent. Perhaps, in a moment of clarity, she realized that her efforts were in vain. After a long pause, she eventually seemed to give up, slowly rising to her feet before turning away and disappearing from our sight. It was as if she was finally coming to terms with the reality that no amount of bowing or pleading could fix the rift she had created within our family. Not long after this emotionally charged encounter, we received news that Megan was pregnant. The results of the medical tests confirmed what many of us had feared. The child she was carrying was indeed my husband's. This revelation shook the very foundations of our lives, shifting the focus from the grievances and heartaches we had experienced to the life that was about to enter the world. In a sense, we found ourselves caught between the past and the future, grappling with a mix of emotions that were as complex as the situation itself. Despite the tumultuous circumstances surrounding her pregnancy, Megan eventually gave birth to a healthy child. A moment that should have been filled with joy, yet was overshadowed by the complexities of her past actions and challenges that lay ahead. Initially, Megan seemed to embody a sense of emotional detachment. She navigated through her pregnancy with an air of uncertainty, lost in a whirlwind of conflicting feelings. It was as if she was caught in a storm, buffeted by the winds of regret and daunting responsibilities of impending motherhood. However, as the months progressed, a significant transformation began to take place within her. The maternal instincts that had previously lain dormant started to awaken, slowly evolving into a deep-rooted desire to nurture and care for her child. As her due date approached, the notion of motherhood began to take shape in her heart and mind. The overwhelming sense of responsibility that accompanied this new chapter in her life slowly started to replace the indifference she had shown earlier. Carrying a life inside her sparked a profound change, leading her to confront her past and the mistakes she'd made. It was as if a switch had been flipped, awakening a sense of purpose that she hadn't known before. The realization that she was about to become a mother began to ground her, anchoring her in a way that she desperately needed. However, the reality of her circumstances loomed large over her newfound sense of hope. Despite her desire to be a loving and responsible mother, Megan found herself in a precarious financial situation, lacking the means to provide adequately for her child. The dream of being a perfect mother was marred by the harsh truth of her limitations. In a world that often equates success with material stability, Megan faced the painful realization that she was not in a position to offer her child the kind of life she had always envisioned. Faced with this stark reality, she ultimately made the heart-wrenching decision to surrender custody of her child to my husband, who had become my ex-husband at that point. This decision could not have been easy for her. It required her to confront the very core of her identity and the aspirations she had for herself as a mother. The depth of her emotions must have been profound, a tumultuous mix of sorrow, regret, and a flicker of hope for a better future. By recognizing her limitations and choosing to prioritize the well-being of her child, Megan demonstrated a level of selflessness that was commendable despite the painful nature of her choice. It was a decision born out of love and the acknowledgement that her child deserved the best possible chance at a stable and nurturing upbringing. In the months that followed, Megan embarked on a journey of personal growth and resilience. She dedicated herself to her work, pouring her energy into her job with determination and a newfound sense of purpose. Gone were the days of aimlessness. Instead, she embraced the challenges that lay before her, eager to build a life that would allow her to support herself and, eventually, her child. This transformation was not without its struggles. Megan faced numerous obstacles along the way, each one a test of her resolve. There were days when she felt overwhelmed by the weight of her responsibilities. Days when doubt crept in and whispered that she might not be strong enough to make it on her own. But with every setback, she found a way to rise, to push through the darkness, fueled by her determination to create a better future for herself and, someday, for her child. Recently, I learned that Megan had decided to visit us again. This time, she came with a sincere intention to apologize for her past behavior. It was apparent that she had taken the time to reflect on her actions and the pain they had caused, not only to my husband and me, but also to herself. Her journey toward redemption required an immense amount of courage, and I could sense that she was ready to face the consequences of her previous choices. In her letter to us, she expressed her heartfelt remorse and her desire for forgiveness. The note contained a promise that struck a chord with me. "One day I will repay you for the Chanel bag." This statement, while seemingly trivial at first glance, carried significant weight. It served as a reminder of the materialistic tendencies that had once defined her actions and decisions. By acknowledging this past debt, she signaled her willingness to confront the superficial aspects of her former life and embrace the deeper values that come with genuine relationships and responsibilities. As I read her letter, a mix of emotions washed over me. On one hand, I felt a sense of relief and hope that Megan was genuinely seeking redemption. The act of reaching out, of admitting one's faults and seeking to make amends, is a powerful step in the healing process. It was encouraging to see her take responsibility for her past mistakes. If she truly meant what she wrote and was sincerely reflecting on her actions, it filled me with a sense of joy and optimism for her future. Forgiveness is a complex and multifaceted process. While Megan's actions have caused considerable rifts in our family, the possibility of healing and rebuilding those connections was now on the horizon. It became clear to me that Megan had undergone a significant transformation, one that was not merely superficial but rooted in a deeper understanding of her role as a mother and a member of our family. Her journey toward redemption was filled with valuable lessons and moments of self-discovery. As I reflected on Megan's journey, I couldn't help but think about the intricate nature of family dynamics. The bonds we share with our loved ones are often tested in the face of adversity. Megan's initial mistakes had strained our relationships, but the willingness to confront those mistakes and seek forgiveness was a step in the right direction. This experience underscored the importance of communication and understanding within families, highlighting how vital it is to navigate challenges together. In many ways, her story is a microcosm of the struggles faced by countless individuals who find themselves at a crossroads in life. Life is unpredictable, and our paths are often shaped by the choices we make. Megan's narrative serves as a poignant reminder that it is never too late to change course and strive for redemption. Her determination to become a good mother, despite the hurdles she faced, painted a picture of resilience and growth. As I pondered the future, I found myself considering the deeper implications of her actions. Would Megan truly follow through on her promise to change? Could she overcome the myriad challenges that lay ahead and emerge stronger than before? While the answers to these questions remain uncertain, I held on to the belief that with genuine effort and determination, she could carve out a new path for herself and her child. Ultimately, the most critical aspect of this journey is the connection she'll build with her child. It's not solely about financial stability or material possessions. It's about nurturing a loving environment where her child can thrive. hoped that Megan would recognize the profound impact of her choices on the life of her child, and I believed that with each step forward, she would continue to grow as a person and as a mother. As the days passed, I found myself reflecting on the road to forgiveness and redemption, realizing that it's often fraught with obstacles. Yet, as we navigate through life, it is crucial to remain open to the possibility of change. Just as Megan had begun to rewrite her narrative, we too have the ability to redefine our relationships and cultivate a sense of understanding and compassion for one another. As I consider Megan's journey, I realize that it encompasses not only her personal growth, but also the potential for reconciliation within our family. The act of apologizing is just the beginning. It opens the door for dialogue and healing. There's a delicate balance between holding on to past grievances and allowing space for forgiveness. While it is important to acknowledge the pain that's been caused, it's equally important to embrace the possibility of renewal. In closing, Megan's journey was not just an apology, it was a testament to the power of growth and the resilience of the human spirit. The path she traveled was filled with challenges, yet it also offered opportunities for learning and transformation. As I wished her the best on her journey, I hoped she would embrace the lessons learned and continue to strive for a better tomorrow. The road to healing may be long and filled with challenges, but with determination and support, there is always the possibility of a brighter future. Megan's story is not an isolated one. It's a narrative that resonates with many. It serves as a reminder that we are all capable of change, of seeking redemption and building a life that reflects our values and aspirations. Life's challenges may seem insurmountable at times, but through perseverance, self-reflection, and a willingness to grow, we can navigate the complexities of our relationships and emerge stronger. In the grand tapestry of life, each thread represents a choice, a moment of connection, or a lesson learned. Megan's thread has been woven with both dark and light, creating a unique pattern that reflects her journey. As she continues to move forward, I'm hopeful that her story will inspire others to embrace their own paths of growth and redemption. As we look to the future, I'm reminded that forgiveness is not a destination, but a journey. It requires ongoing effort, empathy, and understanding. Each day presents new opportunities to practice compassion, to extend a hand, and to foster healing within ourselves and in our relationships. It's a commitment to nurture the bonds that unite us, recognizing that we are all imperfect beings, striving for connection and understanding. In conclusion, as Megan embarks on this new chapter of her life, I'll be rooting for her. I believe in her ability to grow, to learn, and to become the mother she aspires to be. The path ahead may be fraught with challenges, but it's also filled with hope, love, and the promise of redemption. As we navigate this journey together, I hold on to the belief that healing is possible, and that the bonds of family can be mended through understanding and compassion.